This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. So we are going to start our Tech Pack unit this week. And for the Tech Pack, as I said before, we need a couple of pages. It's not going to be a one-page spec pack. It's going to be a Tech Pack. So there are certain components that go in a Tech Pack and in an industrial standard Tech Pack. So there's a front view, a back view. So that means your garments, the flats that I showed you how to make. You make the flats for the front view of your garment, that's going to be one page. Back view of your garment, that's going to be one more page. A details view means it would be zippers or buttons. It has a placket, it has top stitching, it has anything that's a detail, like any embroidery, any buttons, any button extensions, zippers, where they're going to be placed, if you have openings, if you have cuffs, anything and everything that's a detail will go into that page. Then a sample pack, which is also points of measure, where you will put in the front view of your garment with points indicated from, like, if you're measuring from the front of the center front, if you're measuring the neck, if you're measuring the chest, if you're measuring the sleeve, those are the points of measure. And then you would name them letter wise, and those letters would indicate where you're measuring. And you would go ahead and then put in the measurements that you have for your garment. Again, we will go over this when it gets there, so it'll be more clear what I'm talking about. A grade page is the size that you're using, grading up and grading down from it, so that if you have multiple sizes that you're making, they should know that the sample size is a size 10, and you would grade down to 8, 6, 4, 2, and you would grade up to 12, 14, 16, whichever ones you want to, and you would put that in there. Bills of material is exactly what types of materials, even the smallest thread, the minutest material that you require will go into the bills of material. Construction methods would generally be, okay, how you put it together. Labels and packaging. So you have to have your own designer label that you put on there that would go on the back of your shirt, that would go on the packaging of your shirt or any garment, I mean. And then it has one of the labels would be the care label. It's dry clean only, or it can be warm wash or cold wash, and tumble dry only, whatever care that your label has, that particular garment has. And then packaging would it be plastic wrapped? You have to fold it a certain way and then put it in a plastic bag with your label on top of it. And then fit history sample evaluation, that is just a page that you make and leave empty generally, because once your tech pack with your garment goes to the production company, they make a sample, it comes back, you check what's wrong, you put comments in that page, and then it goes back for remake, and then it keeps coming back. And so it's a prototype thing. So that's just what that is. What we will start with today is developing the top header for your tech pack. It is just one header that you would use on each and every page that you have. You would just change the top label. So if it says front view and you have a back view, you would change the front to back. If we get to the spec page or the points of measure page, you would change that heading or front view or the back view to points of measure. So that is the only thing in this part that gets changed. And all you do is you add pieces, things, information to it. But this part stays the same. So you make it once and it stays the same for every garment that you send. All you have to change in there are information of your prototype number, which style it is, which year it is. So the main headers stay the same. You change the information that changes with your garment only. The other thing you need to do is, once I show you how to make this in Excel right now, I want you to go ahead and make this header and start working on coming up with a garment that you want to do. I would prefer and I think that's how we will do it. You won't come up with a garment. I want you to go choose a garment in your closet. Or if you're working on a garment right now, or you have already created a garment that you want to use, choose a garment from your previous collections, from your closet, and I want you to go ahead and make a flat front and a back and the details view page for it. So we have this whole week for you all to start working on the header and then start working on your flats. I know it's going to take more time since it's going to be the front, back, and details view. By the end of this week, by Sunday, I want the front and the back, not the details view page. I want the header completed and in that inserted with your flats. I will show you how to insert a picture in there as well. I am now going to start making the header. For that, I went into Excel and of course I chose a blank template. To start off, I am going to go into page layout and come on. And I am going to make sure my orientation is portrait. The margins are fine. I want to see the page breaks. So I want to okay, no, that's not a print area. Clear that. Okay, so once I clear the print area, it shows me the breaks. I want to show page breaks. It's not actually doing that. Okay, so once I cleared the print area, you see this after the I, it became dotted. That's my margin. That is where my page will end. And once I scroll down under 47, I have another dotted line. So this is my page. I should not bleed out of it. If I do, that will be cut off and put on another page. So I'm gonna go back up. Okay, so, and I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but when you print and you have an Excel sheet that you're printing, it does not print these cells unless you highlight them. I'm gonna go back into home page once I have those margins set. So I'm going to select from here and select from the second row under I. So I'm going to press Shift and select the top two rows from A to I. And I am going to go in, if you see here where the font and letters are, you see there's a box, it says border. So these are the borders. This is how you highlight them if you want them to print. So I'm going to do outside borders only because I don't want the inside to be printed because this is where my heading is going to go. I just want an outline on the top borders. So my heading, my label, I'm going to then go ahead and create it. And I am going to do just generic label, and I'm going to then make sure that once I select all of it, I don't want to be an 11. I really want it to be a bold heading so everybody knows what my label name is. I'm gonna go about, I would say, okay, let's go for 24 for now. Don't know why it's gone. Okay, so I'm gonna double tap on the one with the when the arrow shows and make it bigger. So that sort of made my cell bigger to incorporate the highlighted margin on that. And you see here when the page break was at 47, because of that getting longer, it went to 45. So once the cells shift, the page sort of seems like it's getting smaller. It's not. You're just shifting your cells to make them bigger. Under there, I'm going to put in my view. So I'm going to do that at 16, and I'm going to do front view, and I am going to actually go ahead and bold that and bold all of this as well. Okay, so that's my front view and that's my design. And I just realized I do see them, but they're very thin. So I'm going to make it a thick border because it's not going to get too thick. It's just going to be more prominent. I'm going to then use 7 cells to do the rest of my header. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go all the way to 9 and right here. So I'm going to do an outside border on this one as well. Thick outside border right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I am going to do a top double border actually, but not both. So let's see if I do this one with a bottom border, double border, I mean, that should bottom double border right here. And see, that became a bit thin, but it's a double border right here. And that separates the top from the bottom. So my first that I want to put in here is going to be proto number. That means that's my prototype number. My second heading is going to be style number. Again, you have to allot these yourself. I will not be putting anything in there. Season. And again, you have to come up with which one you want to work with. On that, I'm going to actually align all of them to the right aligning. So they are, I know the other side won't be, but this side actually will be. I don't know why it went small. Okay, style number, season. Then I'm going to make sure they're all right aligned. And then name. So your garment name, if it's a menswear pants, it's a women's wear dress, or if it's a children's wear, some dungaree or something, whatever it is, that's the name of your garment. Fit type, again, it's going to be a regular, a short, a long. It's going to be regular fit, it's going to be a loose fit, it's going to be a slim fit, so any type of fit that you want. And then you do that. Brand will be your brand, of course. And the last on this line is going to be status, which would be, it is prototype 1, prototype 2, prototype 3, up to you again. And now I'm going to start on this side and make the other part of the, and I'm going to still go ahead and align all of that. And then this starts with the top one would be size range, meaning if it's the sizes are 8 to 10, 2 to 8, 0 to 16. It depends on what your size range is. And if it's a men's, women's, children's wear, so you have to write that in the size range. Sample size, which sample size is it going to be? Is it an 8? Is it a 10? Is it a 12? Which one are you making? The designer, of course, is going to be you. Date, first sent. So first the first time you send the first prototype to the manufacturer. Date, again, this would stay empty because this is date revised. That means it came back and you send it back for corrections. And fabrication, which means what type of fabric are you using here on this one. So what I want to do now, I'm thinking I'm going to make these bold and the information that comes next to it normal. So I'm going to go ahead and bold that out. And then starting with the prototype number, and I'm going to left align for those ones. And I'm going to put in, okay, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's my prototype number. My style number for this one is tech. Okay, let's do that. Season is spring, summer, sorry, spring, summer 21. Okay. Then I go down to the name. I'm making a women's top. Okay. Then the fit type is going to be fitted, or I'm going to do slim fit. And then the brand, of course, is me. So, sorry, my brand. So Mocha Design Inc. And then the status is prototype 1. Okay, my size range is I want to do 2 to 14. Sorry. Okay, this made it weird. I'm not typing in a date. I'm doing women's eight dash 14. Right there. Women's 8 to 14, so that's my size range. Sample size that I wanted to make is an 8, so I just put that. Okay, I did not align them right, I guess, because it's not aligning that way. Let's go ahead and shift and align. The designer is me, so I'm going to put my name in it. Date first sent is today's date 5/10/2021. Date revised would be later. And I want to make this top out of, I'm going to say POLYEST, polyester cotton mix. Okay. And this is the top. This one I will copy and paste onto the rest of the pages and then just change this part. The front view would become back view, then details view, then point of measure. So this is the only thing I will change in my whole top, because this is all ready. Once I am done making this garment and I want to use this for another garment, then I would change out what needs to be changed, and then the rest, this part stays the same, these things stay the same, the information that you need to put in changes, and then the heading on the thing changes, and that is about it. So now I want to add a garment in here, and or any picture. If I want to insert it, I will go ahead and I do it. I know there's a way. If you go ahead and insert and you go into insert, pictures are going to be This seems to have changed. Shorts 3D. Insert. Where did you give me a picture? Oh, sorry. Okay, I didn't see it the first time. So if you go into illustrations, it's going to say pictures. You can go here and you can do this device or online. And that's one way of doing it. And then another way is when I am in Illustrator and I've made something. So let me pull up Illustrator. And if I've made a garment in there, I don't think I saved any of the ones that I made for you guys, but let me check. I'm just gonna pull up any random one in there to show you how to pick and drop here without having to go through, you know, illustrations and pictures and insert and all that sort of thing. So what I do is I go ahead, create anything. It's gonna take a bit of time. Okay, so I'm gonna take the pen tool and I'm gonna start making, I'm randomly making something and going to I'm going to now go ahead and have direct selection tool because this is one thing. I can select it and pick it up. I can pick it up. So this is something my computer has been doing a little lately. It just doesn't let me do what I'm asking it to do. No, it's not actually that way. Wait, I might have to do. Why won't you let me? I've never had this trouble before, but okay. We'll try again. We'll keep on trying. Something is blocking it from doing what I'm asking it to do. Because I don't like that X on it. Usually never is there, but I guess not. Nope, it's still doing it. It is still doing it. Okay, so for now it's not letting me. I'm gonna keep it drying and see why it's not letting me do that. But generally I just pick it up and go onto this and then I drop it here and it works. For now, I guess just go ahead and do the insert, illustrations, pictures, this device, and I'm going to go ahead, find something that I have that I can, it's gonna be too big. Let's try something else. Insert. And then you can make it small. Just adjust it to where you need it to be. And remember, those cells will not be visible anyways. And then to make the whole page with a border, you need to make sure, go here, and then you add outside borders. And when you go into view, I want to go into a preview, and I want to print, actually I want to show you a print view to see if you can get an idea of that way. Well, there's a print preview. No, it's supposed to be a print preview so that we know what we're getting before we print it. So if I do this to that, let's see. Set print area. No, we'll see. So, let's see. Why aren't we able to find what we're looking for? I hate it when everything changes to a point where just things keep going crazy. I want to show you how it would look when you print it. Let's see if I go into print. Okay, so I guess I'll have to show it to you this way. It usually does give me a print preview. Again, I don't know what's changed in Excel right now, but this is generally what it would look like once your page is printed. It would have a thick border right here, thick border here, and then a double border on where it separates these two parts, and then your whatever you put in for your front view would go here. And of course, you wouldn't print it, you would save it, but this is how you see how it looks. And save it as a PDF. That way the back wouldn't show. And then you can add more sheets here for the back. The rest of the pages can go here. Or you could just have them next to each other and just save it as, and it would show as pages. So it's up to you how you feel like you want to do it better. So generally, this is what I wanted to show you, just to make sure that you know how to do this part, and then the margins and how to make a cell appear on the page when you want to print it. And this is our front view, and of course, the same page, you just have to change out the back to the back view and then the details view page. So I want you guys to get started on this, make this top for your label, and start working on making a label for you guys if you haven't gotten a label yet. So that when labels and packaging comes up, you just have to put that information in there. You don't have to make it at that point. And then find a garment that you want to choose. And then when I get the front views from you guys, I would be able to see which one you're doing. So have a great week, and I will expect the front view and the back view. I will open the Dropbox and you would put both of them in the same Dropbox. So by Sunday, the front view and the back view with this header that you make for your own garment. Take care, everyone. Bye.